Good evening. Welcome to Talk to WCTV. My name is Karen Kirk. I'm the General Manager of Wilmington Community Television, Channel 30, 52, and 56 in Wilmington, Massachusetts. Tonight is a continuation of the show that we had 2 weeks ago. Some of you may recall that we had two students from my preteen basic access class. We had Matt Garrett and Chris Cassidy. One person couldn't make it that night, and I decided that tonight would be the night for her debut. Tonight we have Laura Winn, and Laura is a member of the preteen class that you took over the month of July. And we're going to talk a little bit about that class and what you learned in the class, and if you had fun in the class. I don't even know. Did you have fun in the class?
Yes, I did.
Good. Now, how did you hear about the preteen class?
Well, my mother told me because she works here.
She helps out a lot at doing different studio shoots.
She's a member.
And her name is Sharon Winn, and she's your mom. And we'd like to, of course, say a very special hello. Who did we want to say hello to?
My sister, Stephanie.
Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie didn't want to be on the show today, so today is Laura's day in the spotlight. We are live. Today is July 31st. We're not taking any calls tonight, but Talk to WCTV is a live show, and it's a half-hour show dedicated to access television. And Laura is a wonderful example of access cable television. Now, in the class, it was a small class. It started with 6, then it went down to 5, and then it ended up with 4. Who else was in the class?
There was Adam Meixler, Kenny Stokes, Chris Cassidy, and Matt Garrett.
Okay. Now, when you first all came together, there were the 5 of you. And what expectations did you come, what did you think you were going to learn about?
Well, I was hoping we could, run the cameras and everything, so we did.
The first day we met, we went outside because it was a gorgeous day, and we ran the cameras. What did we do that first day?
We just sort of got used to the cameras and sort of played with them.
The camcorders, yeah. And we did interviews with microphones, just crazy stuff. We had really no game plan at all. Now, the second day we met, we also used the camcorders. How did we use the camcorders on that second day?
We did the promos outside.
What's a promo? What did we talk about?
It's like a commercial.
Sort of like a commercial for the show, telling people you got to watch or else. Now, we knew that we wanted to do a show. What type of show were we going to do?
A newscast for kids.
What was your involvement with that?
I was doing a report on the Keystone Cops and the Briar Fest.
Now the Keystone, let's take them both separately.
Yeah.
What's the Keystone Cops?
They're an old movie characters, and they're really comedy.
Were they in Wilmington?
Yes, they were at the carnival.
Oh, at the
yeah, the carnival.
The Fun on the 4th.
Yeah.
And who played the Keystone Cops?
Here the Lions Club did.
So when you did your newscast, you knew something about it already, about the Keystone Cops. How did you know about the Keystone Cops?
My mother and my father taught me.
Were they in it?
No, but my father was selling balloons.
Oh.
He was going to be one, but...
Should we say hello to your dad, too?
Hi.
And then you did another part of your newscast. What was that?
It was talking about the Briar Fest, which is horses.
Now, what was the Briar Fest all about?
It's where people come together and trade their horse models.
And we had a fun time when Laura was doing her newscast. Why did we laugh all the time?
Because I was messing up.
Did you finally learn what the word was?
Yes.
What was the word that we had trouble with?
I don't know.
Pomona.
Okay, Pomona.
we're sort of joking about, and we'll let you in on the inside joke, I guess, was that Laura was having a bit of a problem trying to say Pomona, California, and I wouldn't let you stop. You had to say it. And while we were setting up for the shot, you were doing all these crazy faces in the camera and crossing your eyes. I don't know. We had to.
I didn't know the camera was on.
Oh, okay. So we had fun doing that, doing the promos.
It was really great.
And Matt Garrett's was funny. Why was Matt Garrett's promo funny?
Well, because he was being like, you gotta watch the show or else I'm gonna come get you.
He was very forceful with his promo. Okay, and then the next week, we met on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The next week, we came inside and we learned how to direct and use the studio cameras a bit. And then that week, that's when we worked on the actual newscast. Now, what did we do the last week?
We edited it, and we just got it all together, so it looked pretty good.
What does editing entail? Does it entail a lot of different things or just a few things?
Well, like both, you know? Because you can take out all the bad stuff. It crosses my eyes.
Oh, we didn't put your crossing of your eyes on the show, no.
Because that was stupid.
Because we had like 3 or 4, did we have like 3 or 4 tapes at one point? We had to get them all down to one tape. Okay, and then the very last day, what did I make you all do?
You made us...
Well, sitting at the table.
Oh, you made us write something for the newspaper.
Yep. We wrote press releases, and the press releases, what were the questions that you had to answer in the press release?
We had to answer why you should watch it, when it is on, where it was made, and who made it.
Yeah. So it answered all the questions, the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why. And those press releases should be in tonight's paper.
Really?
Yeah. Do you get the town crier?
Yeah.
Good. So now you can cut it out and it should be in tonight's paper. And why are press releases important?
So like people know that it's on the show, so they'll watch it.
Yeah. Now you don't have cable.
No, I wish I did.
but you're gonna see if you can get a friend to tape tonight's show and maybe.
Hi, Jessica.
Who's Jessica?
My best friend.
Is she the one who's watching?
I hope.
Jessica, you watching? You better be watching, Jessica. So did you have fun?
Yeah.
For the show, the whole newscast and the promos and stuff. What did you find the most fun?
I like directing.
You like doing the directing. Yeah. Why did you like doing the directing?
Well, I like to fade in and fool around and stuff. So many little gadgets there.
Jay, who's directing tonight, he likes playing with all the gadgets and the zooms and the wipes and stuff. He likes doing that too. What did you find that you didn't particularly like?
Nothing, really. I liked it all.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? Did you find anything confusing or easy to understand?
Well, at editing, I'm so small that I couldn't see it first because I didn't get a good see.
With editing, don't you agree that you really have to?
Yeah, you gotta think.
You gotta be up there, and you really have to work with it. You can't be sitting in the back of the room. You can't be sleeping. You really have to be working on the equipment. Yeah. Now, I just got a phone call this morning by Chris Cassidy. He was in the class, and his concern was that he wanted to do a Little League game on Friday night. So he said, can I borrow the equipment? And I said, sure. So he's going to be taping a show for WCTV, and he's going to be doing the play-by-play. Is there anything that you want to do, maybe sometime when school starts up?
Well, the talent show.
Oh,
you guys tape that, but I don't know.
Well, I don't tape it.
Yeah.
I don't tape it. What do you think? What grade are you going into? 5th?
Yeah.
What happens in 5th grade that you'd like to videotape? Other than the talent show?
Like maybe a play or something that we put on or something.
Now your mother does a lot of work. She does a lot of videotaping. You can either help her out, or if maybe there's 2 things happening at one night you can go videotape one and your mom videotapes the other. Or maybe you can let her rest this year. She did all the work last year. Maybe you could do some work this year. Sharon Winn did a lot of work with Jolene Meixler. And Jolene just had a baby. Have you seen the baby yet?
No, but I know she was born on the 4th of July.
The 4th of July. So both your mother and Mrs. Meixler both do a lot of work. And maybe by the beginning of school we can put the baby to work. What do you think? Do you think the baby will be old enough now? What do you think about what's happening tonight with the different people running camera and people directing, and we saw some people doing the lighting?
I think it's cool.
You think it's cool?
Yeah.
Do you like doing the in front of the camera, or do you like being behind the scenes doing what Blevins doing, running camera?
I like running camera.
You like running the
Yeah.
camera?
I say stupid stuff when I'm here.
No. Now the problem with running camera is that it's all set up for people who are like 6 feet tall. It's kind of hard for you, huh? But you did well. Did you get those pictures processed?
Not yet.
Of you? We got a nice picture of Laura running the camera. Maybe we can put a copy of that in our next newsletter. So what do you have planned for the future now that you know all this about videotaping and editing? Do you plan to help out?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
I gotta get a job here.
We'll put you to work, no problem. Now editing takes some time. You have to keep up. It's like riding a bicycle. You always remember, but you have to really kind of keep it up.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime in the fall you can help your mother do the graphics for shows and stuff. Yeah.
I like picking the colors out.
The colors. Tell the people what you mean by that.
Well, there's like lots of different colors on the editing process, and like 31, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And well, my favorite color is like the aqua, sort of kind of blue, but
I don't know. Is that true?
yes, it is. And it's so cool. You press all these little buttons.
It's really kind of fun because it makes
Yeah.
you feel like.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah, I mean it seems like really hard, but then once you do it, you say, "Oh, this is easy." Now, didn't we do some stuff with chroma key? What does that
Yeah.
mean?
It means you put a picture up on the wall somewhere, and then one camera takes that, and then another camera is taking a picture of you, and then the other pictures that are in the back go in the back of you, so like you can't be wearing blue.
What happens if you're wearing like a blue or an aqua? What happens?
Like it just looks like you have nothing there. It's just like, whoa.
You're invisible
Yeah.
or something. Where have you seen chroma key on TV?
Newscasts,
How do they use it?
weathers, and the back of the maps, where they like, here's rainy.
So if the weatherman's telling it's raining in Massachusetts, there's really no map behind him. What's behind him?
The chroma key.
Yeah, the wall or the curtain like we have behind us. How does he know where to point?
Practices. No, I don't.
No, he knows how to point because he sees a TV in front of him.
Oh.
He cheats. He sees the TV, and it looks like he's looking at the wall, but he's actually looking at the TV. So he's cheating. Do you know any people of your friends who might be interested in taking a class like this?
Yeah, I think Jessica Martin would.
Jessica, do you think you'd like to take the class? Tell her to come on down. What skills do you need to take a class like this, the one you took?
You need to pay attention.
Because it goes really
Yeah.
fast. It was only 6 classes.
You learned a lot, though.
It was all crammed in, wasn't it? What do you need to know? Do you need to know how to run a computer? Do you need to know how to take photographs?
It'd be good if you knew how to do both of those, because like there's a lot of like keys involved in this, you know.
But it's not mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to run a computer. So, but if you know the basic keys, you should be all set. Now we saw, who was it that, Matt, when he was using the character generator, he was really flying on it because he had two computers at home.
Yeah, I don't have a computer. What I do about my laptop.
Now, when you are talking with the camcorder, or if you're talking in a studio setting like this, what are we wearing here? Why are the microphones important?
So we can hear people, because like, if we didn't have it, it'd be like.
Because if we are, remember I was saying when we're outside and we're about this distance from the camera, if we didn't have a microphone on, what would the camera pick up?
It'd pick up the birds, the trees rustling, the cars, everything.
And you'd hear my little voice talking, but you'd hear everything else talk. So it's really important to have the microphones. Yeah. What have you seen helping your mother in the past? What have you seen her do?
I've seen her edit it.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't direct, but she takes the cameras and like films things, and she directs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she edits it.
Do you think she would be good at directing?
Well, I'm not sure. I can't say yes or no because I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
I think she might do a pretty good job.
But you think you'd be good at directing? What's,
Most definitely.
What skills and what type of personality do you need to direct?
You need to pay attention, like to what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and you can have a little fun.
You need to pay attention because there's like
Yeah.
two cameras happening. What else is happening back there in the control room?
He's telling him to zoom in, zoom out, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you have to worry about the person's microphones.
Yeah.
You have to talk to the
Sure, you
people.
can hear him.
Yeah. And you sort of have to press play and record because then you
Yeah.
I taped the whole half-hour show without recording. So I figure if I can make the mistakes, anybody can make the mistakes. What type of show would you like to direct sometime down the line?
I like to,
Do you think it would be fun to have some kids come in and...
yeah, I kind of like, just like newbie crew or something, like, and have them come in here and sing, you know, like a talk show.
Talk shows are fun.
Yeah.
Do you know of any kids who would be interested in hosting a show? Maybe someone who would have fun sitting at a desk or on a couch talking to other kids?
Me.
Well, no, you're doing the directing. If you're doing the directing, you can't also be in here because you have to be out there.
I bet. I have a twin sister.
We'll get Stephanie to come in.
Yeah, Stephanie doesn't like the camera.
Stephanie's probably a more behind-the-scenes type of girl. Yeah. But that would be fun. I could see something coming in the fall. We could call it, Wildwood One-on-One. How's that? We could do a talk show for the Wildwood school kids. Or you wouldn't have to have a show in here. You could also take out the camcorder and videotape something at the school, you know. What's Blevin doing? Blevin is running all over the place. We're not sure what he's doing. Hi, Blevin. What else do you want to talk about? We have a few minutes left. What would you like to talk about?
That went fast.
It's a quick half hour. It goes really fast. What is your mother's name is Sharon Winn. She's involved with the Wildwood Pack.
Yep.
What has she videotaped in the past?
She has videotaped things like the talent show, the what's it called, the Christmas thing.
And the Science and Social Studies Fair.
Yeah.
What did you do with the Science and Social Studies Fair? You were in front of the camera.
Yeah, with my friend Jessica Martin.
Same Jessica.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
We were doing a project on horses. I had that chicken pox.
Oh.
I had to bleach it out like.
So you were actually holding the microphone then.
Yeah.
What is one of the most common mistakes people use when they're interviewing somebody with a microphone?
They flick it around like.
What would they do? What would happen if I all of a sudden flicked the microphone?
You wouldn't hear anything.
You'd hear me, but then you wouldn't hear me.
Yeah.
So it's a common mistake. Do you make that mistake?
Yeah, sometimes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
We had fun when we were doing the second day of your class.
Yeah.
And Laura was interviewing me, and I wouldn't talk until you gave me the microphone. So I just sat there and I went, until you gave me the microphone.
It's like, whoops.
And what was some of the other fun things we did during the class?
I liked how we just like sort of got used to the cameras and did stupid stuff and everything.
Was there something that you wanted to do more of if you had, say, 2 extra days?
I like directing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to learn a little more about that.
Yeah. Do you think it would be fun if we had maybe a bigger class? We could have 2 people running camera, 2 people interviewing each other, and then you could be directing inside, just sort of like as a pretend. Yeah. Maybe if we have the class again, we'll do something like that. Now we have an August class. The August class is filled to the gills. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, full.
We have a full August class, and that was signed up. Geez, when did you sign up? In June? May or June?
Yeah.
And the August class filled up at that same time too. And those 2 classes are for kids your age, grades 4 through 8, and they'll learn, what will be the things they'll learn? They'll learn the camcorder.
Yeah. Editing, directing, and just fooling around.
And just all around, fooling around. Do you remember the time when we had to level the tripod?
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was hard.
That's got to be the hardest thing, is leveling the tripod. How do you have to level it? What's that like?
It's weird because all the legs are slipping underneath you. You know, it's like,
And there's like a little bubble. There's a little bubble, and you have to get it all leveled. Yeah, that's hard. But if you can master the art of leveling a camcorder, then you're all set. And they'll learn directing and editing. Editing takes time. We spent, what, almost 2 days on editing.
Yeah.
That takes time.
Couldn't see. I was in the back seat, I'm like, I can't see
I can't see what's happening. Let me get up front. And the press releases, I made you, made spelling count. Why did spelling count, though?
Because you didn't want to do all the work. Like,
No, they were going directly to, what newspapers did they go in?
they went to the Advisor, I think. Or
The Advertiser.
Advertiser.
Yeah.
The Town Crier, and I don't get
The Suburban News.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know what it's called.
So you don't get it?
I don't really care.
So it'll go in those 3 papers, and it'll come out tonight, in tonight's paper. I'm dying to see them, too.
If they came out right.
Well, I don't know, because Kenny didn't want to read his, and Matt didn't want to read his.
I thought Matt read his.
Who didn't read theirs? Kenny?
Kenny. Yeah.
Did you read yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't even read Kenny's yet. I hope it's
Reasonable.
I hope we can read it. I don't know, but those will come out in today's paper. The show is called Kids TV, and what I did was I made a little July edition, and so that you'll be able to differentiate between the fact that the Kids TV July and the Kids TV August.
It's like go on a couple times if you don't have time to see it, you know?
Yeah, how many times did we put it on?
I think 4 times.
4
yeah,
times?
4 times.
Okay. So there's plenty of time. I mean, if you miss it the first time, there's always the second time. If you miss it the second time, get it the third time. So that'll be a good show. What if you could say a few words to the people who are coming into the August class? What would you say to them?
I'd say it's great. They'll have a fun time.
Yeah. Would you tell them to pay attention?
Pay attention.
And try to grab a seat up close so that you can see. But I kind of make it good because I shuffle everybody so that everyone can see.
That was good.
Yeah, because when you're sitting in the back, you can't really quite see. What else would you tell them?
I told them that it was like, you gotta concentrate. It's really fun, but you know, you can like get used to the cameras. You know, it's really easy after a while.
It is easy. It really is, and it's easy and it's fun, and then you get familiar with the equipment. Now, Chris and Matt were here 2 weeks ago, and they told us about their experiences with the class. Kenny couldn't make it tonight, but we'll say hello to Kenny. Hello, Kenny. And Adam Meixler, who was in the July class, he's going to be in the August class.
He was on vacation.
Because he was on vacation, yeah. So we have a full August class, and a lot of parents have asked that they want to have their kid in the class. This is the most popular class in town. Do you think that maybe the parents want to get their kids out of the house? Do you think that might be the answer?
No.
You don't think they just want to say, get out of the house?
I asked my mother if I could do it.
Oh.
She didn't ask me.
But a lot of parents said that they wanted to have their kids do it. Now, you'd know better than anybody. Would having a class in the fall be good for schedules? Do you think kids would be able to do it?
Because there's school and everything, so you gotta make like tight schedules, you know, if you're gonna have a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm concerned about having an after-school class. I don't want the kids to be exhausted, you know? They'll be falling asleep in the back of the room. Maybe over a vacation, you know, Thanksgiving or Christmas vacation, that might be.
I'd like to take it again.
You can't take it again.
I don't care.
What I told Chris and Matt was that once they've taken the class, and this goes to you too, the best way to keep your skills is to come down and play with the equipment. Maybe watch a Talk to WCTV show here. So we have our next show in 2 weeks, and Blethen right here is directing in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. And yes, I know, 2 minutes, I know. Anyway, Blethen's going to be directing in 2 weeks, so you're invited to come down, and if you'd like, would you be interested in running camera for the show?
Sure.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you want me to sign you up?
Can I?
Yeah. Hey, Mom, can she do this? Yeah, she can. Where is your mom? There she is. Good. She says yes. Good. Talk to WCTV is a laid-back show. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Can you tell it's pretty laid back?
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we just sit and talk, and the cameras look at us, and the director directs. But we're gonna sign you up in 2 weeks to run camera, and it's a lot of fun. It's the quickest half hour that you'll ever go through.
Fast.
I know, it's all over. Well, let's say our good nights. Who would you like to say good night to?
Jessica, and a happy birthday to Megan, Barry, and Stephanie.
And Stephanie, we'll say hello to Stephanie and Laura, and Sharon, and what's your dad's name?
Michael.
Michael. Hello, Michael. And Blethen and Carrie are running camera tonight. We have Brian doing a jack of all trades in the back room, and Jay is directing, and John finally made it. So those are our good nights for tonight. Immediately, well, not immediately following, tonight we usually have the school committee live, but we will not be having it live. We're working on some technical problems. So school committee will be seen in its entirety tomorrow, Thursday, August 1st, at 1 o'clock and 8 o'clock. So school committee will not be live tonight, but it will be seen tomorrow afternoon and evening. You gonna watch it? You don't have cable.
Oh,
okay. Well, we're gonna say goodnight to everyone. Talk to WCTV is made possible by a grant by AAA Cartel Cleaning Company. For everyone here at WCTV, I'd like to say thank you for watching and good night.